What's up, guys? We are doing the other show that's happening in
It's
April.
such a big deal for us. This
Such
one.
a huge
It's
show,
dude.
When I think about the big five, if you will,
Right, that's the better way to put it. Give them to us.
There's Worlds. There's Rogue Invitational.
Oh yeah.
There's the Arnold. There's Strongest Man on Earth,
and then
Europe's Strongest Man.
Woo!
Yeah, no.
Who would have guessed 5 events is the best way to test strength?
Yes. So 5 events. Way too close to World's Strongest Man to be heavy enough to matter.
Yep. That's the thing about the show that sucks.
You know, we're talking shit right now. Yeah, it bothers me. I want this show to be 2 months from everything.
Right.
And do it for real.
Because we give a fuck about North America's Strongest Man, right?
Yeah.
Because it truly is. Like, if you really want to find out who the best next wave is, watch North America's Strongest, right? Out of this region of the Earth. And Europe should be the equivalent because it's fucking Europe and it's dope. But it's 6 weeks before Worlds? Basically what it ended up being? 7 weeks?
And
so they can't test anything, and it's only 5 events. How are you going to call a world title, or in this case, a continental title, a 5-event show?
Yeah, it's just the strongman fan in me is like, I want this to be something different.
The purist
in me. I get why it is what it is. I think there are too many people on this list from the little British island. I think there's a whole lot of Europe that is not represented. And you can make the argument that those people would not be as competitive because these are good strongmen, a lot of them.
Yeah, they are.
To be fair, if you took like the top 40 strongmen in Europe, probably 10 to 12 of them are from that little island.
3 of them?
Oh, chill.
I'm saying 3.
Okay. I'm joking. There's a lot of good strongmen in the UK.
Obviously.
But I want to see Norway. I want to see Germany. I want to see Spain.
Sweden.
I want to give them a shot.
Malta.
I mean, we watched recently, like 1995 Europe's Strongest Man.
Oh, it was so good.
And it was everywhere.
Germans, basically, the whole podium was Scandinavia.
The whole podium was Scandinavian. Like, it's just crazy how it's all shifted.
It's really UK based now.
Like this whole show is the silly British island, a little bit of Eastern Europe.
You got one guy from Boston.
And one guy from Boston. That's the whole show.
He's going to get so mad at us.
It's Boston, Eastern Europe.
Yo, Boston versus the world, baby.
And UK.
Yeah, that's
this whole show.
That's the whole show.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go through it. Our shit talking's done.
Yeah,
you know what?
We're going to sit down and watch it.
It's going to be a good show.
Yeah.
It's actually a decent roster. The events are...
Give us the events.
The interesting part of the events is they're not... they're all pretty much medleys.
Do you remember the weights offhand?
I don't, but I know...
I remember most of them.
Yes. But they're not like... I've seen these events done at Giants.
Yeah.
They're speed events, and they're not heavy enough to like really separate the field.
There's only one that's like, ooh, that's heavy and challenging, and I like that. And that's the shield carry for me. You know, it's 200 kilos.
They go 200 kilos.
It's heavy.
Yeah.
So let's go hit them with the events.
Okay, the events. Press medley.
Okay.
Circus dumbbell. Safe press. If you don't know what that is, it's basically just yoke press.
Yep.
But it's based off a traditional World's Strongest Man event where they press safes in a very much like a yoke setup. Log and axle. They have to do each implement twice.
Right, so 8 total reps.
Yes. I don't have the weights off the top of my head.
I do. I actually forgot.
Yeah. No, I think we actually have to cut that.
Ah, fuck. We're back.
We're back.
I made a mistake.
So
it's not the other show's weights. This is Europe's weights.
Those are Europe's weights.
Oops.
Okay. Shield carry, max distance, 440.
Yeah.
It's actually a pretty nasty shield.
It's hard to. It's so wide, and you could basically only use your forearm to crush into it. It's cool.
Yep. Anchor carry into chain drag.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty cool classic Giants Live World's Strongest Man event.
It's a
brutal one. Axle deadlift. I assume it'll be in the mid 7s.
Probably 320 kilo, if I had to guess.
Yep. Maybe a bit heavier, but not too much heavier. And then the Castle Stones, which ends at 200 kilos.
Yeah, okay. So they're doing the 200 set. That makes sense.
I don't know that they're doing the heavy set or the light set, but it just based on recent shows,
They're
I don't
all
think
heavy.
there's ever a reason to go back to the light set.
Dude, the light set's done.
Just where the sport is, the heavy set's where it needs to be.
For the light set, just, you know what, Giants? Do your first 105 kilo show, put the light set there.
Sure.
Because some of them will finish it.
All right, you want to go through this roster of...
I love that you make me do the names every time.
Guys from Boston, Eastern Europe, and the UK.
All right, Boston. All right, so Rano Heinle from Estonia. Mateusz, because we kept on saying Matus, and people got mad at us. Mateusz Kieliszkowski from Poland. We have Ivor Smokstalis from Latvia. Andrei Foitu from the Czech Republic. Pavlo Kordiaka from the Ukraine. Luke Richardson, from Britain, or England proper. Paul O'Dwyer from Ireland. Nicholas Cambley from Boston, Massachusetts, in parentheses, Italy. Gavin Bilton from Wales. Andrew Flynn from England. We have Paddy Haynes from England as well, and we have Luke Stoltman from Scotland. So a lot of the British Isles, a few continental Europeans, an asshole from Boston. Yeah, it's a great. It's the thing is, what's fun about this lineup is a lot of these dudes are incredibly like fit athletes.
Yes,
like they're great movers. Like Paul Dwyer, Paddy Haynes, Luke Stoltman. They're all very great movers, and the whole show is moving. So I think we're gonna basically see this show kind of come down to like fractions of inches on a lot of these medleys.
Yep.
I think.
Yeah, and who are the strongest people on this roster? I think it's Luke Richardson.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's Luke Stoltman. I think it's Andrei Foitu and Mateusz.
And yeah, in a lot of respects, yeah.
But it's not heavy enough for them to have like an X factor advantage,
right?
Where they're going to really, really pull away. If this show was 10% heavier, I'd be like Foitu, Mateusz, Luke Richardson.
Sure.
But
it's just not though.
It's not. So in some sense, and a lot of people have done predictions on the show already, and they're like, it's hard to predict, and it's kind of why it makes it cool.
Yeah,
because it's a show you got to watch.
I don't know. It seems for me, it seems pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
I mean, let's go by event. And
okay,
who do you think? Who's your top 3 for the press medley? Starting there.
Press medley.
Yeah.
I've seen him train it. He seems to have the most efficient technique on everything.
Mm-hmm.
Luke Richardson.
Yeah.
But you know what's funny? Somebody who is a name I probably won't mention again. Paul Dwyer.
Right, and
he's just efficient.
He's when it comes to pressing too, really talented,
really technical. It's light enough that it ain't gonna matter. Luke Stoltman's gonna do just fine on it.
Yeah, and even someone, depending on the health of his bicep, which seems to be okay, Camby will do really well.
Yeah,
this is where he actually is gonna take points from dudes.
Yeah,
in the show.
But the other thing to consider is it's a pretty rare thing for strongman. A medley is going to require 2 reps of each thing, 8 total reps.
Conditioning.
Ending with the axle.
A lot of conditioning.
It's not who's good at axle. Who can do axle when there's no breath in their lungs?
Right. And I know a lot of people are talking about like individuals like Ivers, for example, because when it comes to Europes, he's always done really well. He basically won Europes last year. Like he was so good. But, fun fact about Ivers is his axle clean, even when he's fresh, is it's not as good as his other lifts.
Sure.
He's really poor at the axle clean. So that's where somewhere like Ivers loses a bunch of points.
Yep.
Because at least I think maybe half the guys will finish. What do you think?
I don't think so. I don't think half the guys. I think you put it out at 8 reps. I don't think that the guys have the motor to do it.
Really? There's so many good pressers here. Like Mateusz, great presser. Andrei Foitu, great presser. Pavlo Kordiaka, great presser. Luke Richardson, great presser. Luke Stoltman, great presser. Andrew Flynn is technical. Camby's a great presser. Paul Dwyer is a great presser. Like there's a lot of good pressers.
Yeah, I think Gav, if he had 5 minutes, could do it.
Right. He got this as a last minute call.
Yeah, last minute call
too.
That's a big demand on your gas tank.
Yeah, he's only been training for this for 3 weeks, I think.
Okay, so
all right, top 3 press go. Before we move
on. Luke Richardson, Mateusz, Paul Dwyer.
Ooh, I like the Paul Dwyer throw in. Yeah, I'm gonna say Luke Stoltman, Luke Richardson, Mateusz. That's my top 3.
Sure.
All right, shield carry.
Okay.
This is Camby's nightmare. He hates front carries.
Does he?
Yeah. This is a nightmare for him.
Okay. I have a hard time putting anybody but Mateusz in first.
I'm not going with him.
You're going to pick Paddy Haynes.
I'm picking Paddy Haynes.
Because Paddy Haynes is not qualified for World's Strongest Man yet.
No. And the thing is, because of the press medley being first, Paddy's going to go first out in the shield, at least before Mateusz.
Yeah.
He's going to go, which in most cases is a bad thing because then you give the guys a marker. I just think he has to go full tilt.
Yeah.
So I think Paddy Haynes is going to die on the shield.
There's not a single event where Paddy can pace himself.
Right. And I think a lot of the guys are going to see that and be like, yeah, I don't want to do that. That was a lot. I don't think. So I'm giving Paddy the nod on that.
If you're a dude who's already qualified for World's Strongest Man, are you going 150 meters with a 440 shield?
No. No, dude.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, Paddy has to do well.
Yes, he does. Who else do you think stands out?
Luke Stoltman's very good at the shield.
He was very comfortable down and back twice in his training video recently.
Yeah.
The 440.
He's at this shield in particular. I think he's always been top 3.
Okay.
He's really good at it. That might be our top 3.
I'm comfortable with that being the top 3. Luke Richardson. The other thing we haven't talked about with Luke Richardson is what happened in the last show.
His heart.
Could not bring his heart rate down after. I wonder. I mean, he seems like his training is going really, really well. Maybe who knows what happened to that last show?
Yeah.
But it's still like
he's my biggest volatile.
He's always
for
been
the show.
volatile. Him and Mateus are very volatile.
Yeah.
I mean, the jokes on Reddit is like put Mateus in bubble wrap for the next week, so he can't hurt himself.
Well, Mateus is volatile when he's at home, but at the show, at any show, he's always done well.
Yeah,
basically has always been on
gets to the contest, he does fine.
And then whereas Richardson, if he's at the show, even though we don't know.
Yeah, he's had a weird couple years.
Yeah.
So top 3 in that event. You're going to put Patty Haynes
for shield carry?
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. I'm going to go first. Mateus second. Pavel Kordiaka third. Luke Stoltman.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, I think for me it's going to be Haynes, Mateus, and Kordiaka.
Yep. Okay. God, and Kordiaka could be in the top 3 in the previous event too, because it's not heavy enough to separate it.
If he's not top 3, he's behind them by a fraction of a second.
I know.
Right?
Yeah.
It's just not heavy enough.
So still in the hunt. Kordiaka, Mateus, maybe Foytu. Man,
I know. It's
This
a lot of good dudes. All right, carrying anchor drag. This is going to come down to just like the minutia of getting that chain on the on the apparatus. Like,
I have a hard time putting anybody other than Luke Stoltman on there in first.
He's done it a million times.
He's done it a million times. He's got the strongest legs in the show.
Yeah, I think my top 3 on that is basically going to be guys who have done it a lot. Yeah. I think someone like actually, funny enough, if he's in good form, Paul Dwyer could really beat the brakes off people here.
Yeah.
But if I had to force myself to pick a top 3, I'm going to go Mateus, Luke Stoltman, and Patty Haynes.
I'm going to switch Patty with Kordiaka.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah, dude, you want this Patty Haynes.
Oh, I see it.
Third place, late call-up.
I see it happening. I really do.
I do, too.
Yeah. He's fit.
Too.
He's confident.
The press is light enough that he just
he's going to get enough points.
He might chip 1 or 2 guys.
Yeah, because
if he has a motor that the other guys don't.
Right.
Oh, man.
Just
on, Patty
just
Haynes.
learn to press. It's so easy.
Okay.
Deadlift. Now, this is where things get squirrely.
Funny enough, Rauno Heinle on a post was like, who's going to beat me in deadlift? Maybe no one.
I think Patty Haynes will beat him.
But Rauno, you can't score 40 points on deadlift.
Right. I genuinely think Patty beats Rauno on deadlift if he wants to anyway. Or if let's say he needs the points, because the deadlift is the second to last event. By this point, as much as we love Rauno, he's gassed. Like
he's 40.
He's 40 years old, and this show is so not up his alley, right? So
it is.
He's going to be tired.
First 3 events are going to beat the brakes off of Rauno.
Right. So I think actually if Patty won't really wanted to, I think his fitness would outdo.
Yeah, like Rauno's going to have to go out early and go harder than he wants to.
Oh, yeah. And that just sucks. But deadlift, who do you got? Who's your top 3?
I'm still going to go Rauno Heinle.
Okay.
I think let's say it's 750.
Sure.
Who can pull 10 plus? It's just Rauno.
Yeah, just Rauno.
Just Rauno, maybe Luke Richardson, maybe Patty.
I don't think Luke Richardson could.
Not right now?
Not right now, no.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to take that back. I'm going to go Rauno. I'm going to go Andre Foytu, Patty Haynes.
It's a good one.
Foytu has had a crazy deadlift peak.
Yeah, I think that's pretty safe.
Non-suited.
Yeah.
And he's putting out big-time reps.
Is he doing the show without a suit?
I don't know.
Because if he is...
he put a huge set of 350 kilos for 7 raw.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
However, if he does the show without a suit, I'm not picking him for my top 3.
Well, I mean, there's guys like Adam Bishop that hates doing the suit for reps.
Yeah, but Adam's different.
All right.
Adam's got grown man strength. He's like 10 years older. He's been doing this for a minute.
Sure.
I don't know. Maybe that's just an ignorant pick in my opinion. But if he's wearing a suit, I'll say the same thing for that top 3. I would agree with that.
Foytu has had a fantastic peak in the deadlift in the last year. He's been really climbing.
And this is where someone like Kordiaka and Mateus drop a ton of points, right? And Luke Stoltman, right? So we have the 3 guys that were leading the show potentially are going to drop, all three of them are going to drop a ton of points right there in that second to last event. And it's going to be which one of those guys chip each other.
Well, also to me, the best deadlifter of those three at this moment, I think, is Kordiaka.
Could be.
Because he's had a pretty...
Yeah.
It seems like they have pretty good momentum with his training.
They found something.
So my question is, how many people on this list can Kordiaka beat in deadlift?
And that's the great question. And looking at this list, I'm going to go ahead and say maybe no one.
Oh, Mateus?
No, I don't think so.
I do.
It depends, because I've seen Mateus's best deadlift is 410.
Yeah.
Right? And...
Yeah, 5 years ago.
Yeah, it was 5 years ago.
Yeah. Luke Stoltman's probably right around 400 kilos right now. Right?
Yeah, it's hard to say.
I bet Kordiaka can beat Camby.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about Camby. Sorry, Camby.
I bet Kordiaka, depending on his shape, could beat Gav.
I don't know. Gav's
a late call-up.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any deadlifting from him recently. But I'm just saying, what of these guys would have a hard time pulling 410?
Right.
There's a few.
Yeah, there's a few.
Right? And that's right around where Kordiaka is at right now. So I'm making this argument because on my overall, I think Kordiaka is going to take the whole goddamn show.
Oh, you're out of your mind.
No, I'm
You're
not.
so out of your mind. He's so not winning the show.
I think he is.
Not that he isn't great, but he's not going to win the show.
Okay.
You're crazy. You're crazy.
Okay, before we get ahead of ourselves, Castle Stones.
Castle Stones. Best stone loader here on this set, as of right now, is Patty Haynes.
Yeah.
And Mateus.
Also incredibly good, incredibly close to each other. Ivar Smaxpelis and Luke Stoltman.
Yeah, those two are... I mean, they're literally basically tied on stones last year at Europe's.
And what we just said exposes why what I just said is probably wrong.
Yeah.
Kordiaka probably gets sixth in stones.
Yeah, you're done. You're not right there.
If he could pull out a top three...
You said a stupid thing.
If he could pull out a top three in stones, he's got the whole thing.
And he's not going to.
He might.
There's too many good stone loaders here. Ronald Heinle's a better stone loader than him.
I don't want to believe it. Browno's going to go early, and he's going to be out of the show at this point. He ain't doing no PR performance.
He's not doing the Brian Shaw stones?
No.
All right. Yeah, my top three for stones. Also, Andre Foytu is an awesome... Well, he's gotten better. He wasn't the best at it originally, but he's gotten better. I'm going to say top three for stones will be... I think Patty Haynes wins it because he has to.
Yep.
And then I'm going to go Mateus, then Luke Stoltman.
You know what? I'm going to say Patty Haynes, Mateus, and Kordiaka with the run of his life.
Out of your mind.
With the run of his life.
You're out of your mind, dog.
He's going to be in that heat of third, fourth.
I mean, I'll tell you, he's built like someone who should be a great stone loader.
Yeah.
Right?
You know what? I just got some faith in MST systems at this point.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Shane Reese has got you going.
Shane's got it figured out.
God bless you guys at MST.
I
mean, half this roster is MST clients.
There's a lot of MST on this list.
Yeah.
Yeah, so your overall based on that.
All right, yeah. Based on all that, I'm going to say...
We normally do these kind of off the top of our head a little bit.
Yeah.
We do some research ahead of time, but this is one where I think it would have been better to do a spreadsheet. It would have been. It's so tight.
But we didn't.
You
know what we'll do? We'll do a spreadsheet for World's Strongest Man.
Sure.
We'll do that one.
Sure.
All right.
We'll just do a live stream from the crowd.
Let's just do it. Yeah, when you don't make finals.
Yeah. I'll do it on my phone.
Okay. All right. Gun to head, I can't pick Luke Richardson because he's just so unpredictable. So I'm going to say, like, in a world where he is predictable, Luke Richardson wins this. Then it's Mateus. Then it's Luke Stoltman. But if that doesn't happen, it's going to be Mateus, Stoltman, then Patty Haynes.
I think as much as you're reaching with Patty Haynes,
I'm not reaching.
How hard I'm reaching with Kordiaka.
I completely disagree. Disagree. Patty Haynes is one bad event.
That's true.
Just one.
True. I understand your argument for all of them.
And he's arguably the best deadlifter there right now, besides Rhino.
You know, I'm going to go a different way. I didn't mention him a ton, but I got to have faith that he's going to be a little faster than we think.
Okay.
I'm going to go Luke Richardson to win.
Okay.
I'm going to go Pavel Kordiaka in second.
You're out of your mind.
Andre Foytu in third.
Andre Foytu.
Andre Foytu.
Justify that third pick where?
Where?
Yeah.
I think, okay, because the show's so tight,
Yeah.
top 4 and 5s are good.
Totally.
And it's a big roster.
Yeah.
Okay, so Foytu could go top 5 in the press.
Okay.
Shield carries where he drops the most points.
Yep.
He's got strong legs.
Yes.
So he could do top 5 in the anchor.
But he's going to do, did you hear me out? Shield carry is going to sap his soul because it's just hard. It's objectively hard. And you have to go full bore, especially if he takes like fifth.
Historically, he's good at max distance events.
Yeah, he's good. But against these guys, he's not the best, right?
Okay.
So he's going to have to go full bore. And then because he's not going to do well, he's going to be one of the earlier guys out on the carry and anchor drag with no rest.
You know what? I don't want to believe you. Axle deadlift, I think he goes top 3.
Yeah, he could, yeah. For
Stones,
sure.
top
4?
Top 4 or 5.
Yeah.
I think it's possible. Okay.
Funny enough,
Foytu shows me some heart on that shield.
Yeah.
As the second heaviest man on this roster behind Gav Bilton.
Yeah.
Show me some heart.
Yeah, you want to see some heart?
Yeah.
Okay.
Play that video, football movie where the kid's carrying the other kid on his back.
Oh, yeah.
I need your very best, Foytu.
Your very best, Foytu. Send him some like American, some hype
Just a
music.
montage of like never quitting.
Yeah. Send him some American hype music too.
Yeah. So if Foytu pulls out a top 3 or 4 in the shield carry, he's getting on this podium.
Like I need him to listen to Creedence Clearwater Revival before that.
He wouldn't understand it.
But his heart would. You know,
Czech Republic cannot even understand what Creedence Clearwater Revival.
Hey, Republic's in the name, brother.
Sure,
democracy.
Sure. All right.
I
hope that was not helpful at all.
That was our well-educated Europe's strongest man predictions.
Yeah, you've learned nothing about these athletes.
No. Although Camby is from Boston.
He is from Boston.
Yeah. That's a fact.
Yeah. All right, we're done.
Love you guys. Bye.
That was not our best.